the visits, being that there were that many in a short period, did not leave the opportunity for that type of discussion. We know we've heard some, had a report of at least one arrest in a case of pedophiles in our school system. The thing I would like to say to the general public as well as to school teachers is to be very much aware of changes in behavior in children and report, because we do have the facilities to deal with situations. The child, the victim, is always protected, and a lot of times children don't speak out because they are afraid. So we did not get to touch on that topic, but I'm glad you brought up concerns. You mentioned one, but there are several within the education system which have my attention. Several years ago, while I was minister, we held teacher conferences, management conferences, and the like, and I have some people working on a project within the cabinet at this moment, compiling the suggestions that had come from the teachers, managers, etc., school boards, and they are looking at what has actually been executed over the past 2.5 years, where we are, and having those teachers, not in another conference, but I will send the document to the schools to have them evaluate what is still a priority for them, where we need to focus our interest, because we do have a governing program which focuses on education, the rights of our children to be educated properly, to be exposed to sports and culture. It is part of our curriculum even, but how much of it can be executed given our financials? Making an environment where teachers can work, because of course an unhappy teacher is an unhappy classroom, and that also has my priority. So there are many, many areas that I believe we need to tackle, but where it comes to the protection of children, the laws are very clear on that, and the reporting system, actually the youth department, together with Justice and VSA, are working out a protocol which is almost completed. I didn't want to speak about it because it's not finished yet, but they have been diligently working for the past 2 years on this. So this was an initiative from back then that these people work together, and it comes also out of the UNICEF reports and the Rights of the Child Convention. So reporting on abuses, child abuse, of which sexual abuse is one of them, is part of that protocol. We have now, the justice chain has improved somewhat in the sense of the reporting. The Voogdijraad is the place to bring your complaints, as well as the Court of Guardianship, in English, under Mrs. Richelda Rodriguez Emmanuel. If people have been paying attention, there have been much information given out on this topic. There have even been discussions within the communities. And before becoming a minister, I attended one in Belvedere, and there were 5 participants. 5. So I believe the public now has to show their interest and come out to these information sessions, because there's not, all the information cannot be given in a press briefing. The specific stakeholders who carry out the controls, who tell you what happens next when a case of child abuse is reported, have come out to the different communities, and I would then encourage them to look out for when the next one is. It's usually in the newspapers and in the bulletin board, and come out and see what you can do in terms of early detection, in terms of reporting, so that we can protect our young. Definitely, this ministry does not condone any type of abuse against children, any kind.
But important is here, one of the things that I wanted to react to in connection with the statements by the leader of the UP party, is that the motion that was approved several weeks ago in the Parliament, when myself and Minister Jacobs were members of the then coalition of 8 in Parliament, that motion did not specify an engine at GEBE, but it specified in general decisions that had major financial consequences for government and or government-owned companies. Now, that is the motion that the leader of the UP want to push in your face to say, that is the reason why the shareholder didn't give instructions, or that is the reason why GBE couldn't proceed. But guess what? That same motion explicitly said, do not take any decisions on VORST. On the first property, the government went out of its way to hurriedly sign an agreement with APS, went to the notary. It would appear I think 2 days before the change of government. And then what do we see? Government owes APS some 80 million, and government gives APS the land that government paid some $5 million for 1 guilder. A symbolic price of 1 guilder. Not even say, well, let us negotiate the transfer of the land and reduce the debt to APS. No. Important, the garbage contracts. Explicitly mentioned in the motion. Do not take any decisions on the garbage contracts. And why? Because as members of parliament, we have been receiving information from the organization and from others that moves are being made to do certain things. When are the garbage contracts up for renewal? In 2016. In 2016. What did the government do? Hurriedly take a decision to extend the garbage contracts using, I think it's Article 47 of the Comptabiliteitslandverordening that regulates that contracts got to go on public bid, and use this now to say we don't want to put this on public bid, but we are going to extend the contracts because of what? Because we have to benefit some of our friends in parliament who have direct interest in this. The garbage contracts were extended by the outgoing government for 5 years with a total amount of some 50 million guilders. Now here it is, GBE, in their opinion, needs an engine in a rush, and by the way, whether they had taken the decision back then or the Council of Ministers takes it now, it will take 9 months for that engine to be delivered to St. Martin. So they create the impression as if the electricity outages that we are experiencing is caused by a motion that was taken in Parliament, while that is absolutely not so. So here you conveniently ignore a directive in the motion to not extend the garbage contracts, but you do so. They send a national decree to the governor to sign, and was it not that the governor had to sign the decree, the garbage contracts, just like divorce property, would have been given away to the contractors without any public tender, and they would have the contracts for another 5 years to the amount of 50 million guilders.
Bob, I can understand why you're parking so carefully. Of course, when you can get 80% discount on your Be Sure car insurance. But that's overdoing it, Bob.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Yeah! Hey, Bob, you're on family vacation. Oh, but your daughter's got the measles. But don't worry about it. With your Be Sure travel insurance, children under 12 are covered for free.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Yeah, for free.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Need a loan that's quick and easy. Island Finance. Up to 50,000 guineas real easy. Island Finance. For education, yes. A renovation, that's no problem. Yes, it's true. That's not all. They're quick and friendly too. Island Finance. Appliances, vacations, even fix your car. You can depend on Island Finance.
That bucket has superpowers. Powers? It makes people suddenly appear. Really?
You appeared
It makes people suddenly appear.
at the right time.
Festive feast from KFC. The taste that brings everyone together. So good.
I'm feeling funny, man. I feel like I'm getting a pain in my chest.
I got this.
You sure?
Yes. It's
You
30
sure?
breaths and 2 compression. Give her here.
Oh, Monique, look, she waking up.
No, Fernand. It is not 30 breaths and 2 compressions. It is 30 compressions and 2 breaths. CPR can be done in 3 simple steps. Step 1, check and call. Step 2, press down or pump. Step 3, blow.
I got it now. It's 30 compression and 2 breaths.
Yes.
Right.
CAB.
The party intends to take part, of course, in local elections, to be the voice of the people and adhere to the rules and regulations stipulated by the electoral law with regards to registration and finances of political party. By adhering to good governance principles of respect, transparency, integrity, responsibility, and accountability, not forgetting honesty. Having a plan of action and being able to execute that plan of action and not settling for mediocrity and unethical practices, and by being our brother's keeper and reminding them to adhere to the laws of the land. Setting collective priorities in different sectors and levels, urgent, short, and long term. But of course, it's very critical to educate the people. We have just become a country 5 years ago, so we're like a 5-year-old. Between 5 and 6, from what I know, the characters begin to show their colors in children. Is this the character we want to show? Is this the character we want to keep? That as a party, we put the country and the well-being first of the people. As a party, we look for the economic growth for our island of St. Martin, and we enhance it in the interest of the people and maintain a level of excellence and community unity. We strive to protect basic human life and the values, traditions, the culture, our heritage that we share that make us a country.
I work a lot of years in government, a lot of years. From 2000 on, I came to St. Martin, born in Curaçao, and I've looked to the inside of government, but also from a certain distance sometimes when I do the things for my foundation. And I can say that the last couple of years, it became difficult for me to accept the fact that the things are going, how do you put it? Worse and worse and worse with the situation, with the rights of the people mainly. And you know, the fact that a lot of people are serious about the government from outside, but at the same time thinking, hey, things are not getting done properly, or things are not getting done on an efficient way. So I start to get a little bit concerned of the way of things are being done, but mainly about the political situation of the island, where the people's rights are being denied. And that concern became the last couple of months so severe that I began to talk with young people, young St. Martiners. St. Martiners who know St. Martin very well, but also went abroad, study, and come back with fresh ideas. Why are those people quiet? Why are they not saying anything? Why they are like, you know, you don't see them. They are somewhere, they are like invisible, while they went away and they have studied and know how other societies are functioning. So it became a preoccupation, a concern. And I thought, no, I really need to do something, mainly when I got reactions of young people, talented people, saying things like, but, you know, if my mother has a shop, is doing something for the living, I'm a little bit afraid of the licenses when we say something. And, you know, people, there is fear outside. And I don't know why, but if you continue to have fear and you don't do anything, the situation will stay as it is.
After joining the National Alliance and getting very low turnout in votes, I decided to leave the National Alliance to start my own party, which was called SRP, Social Reform Party. In my own party, I got 10 times more votes than with the National Alliance. And I was commended for that, and I really thank everyone who had set their hope in me. My party at that time, the Social Reform Party in 2014, actually it was 2013 and 2014, I had a slogan that was economy, sovereignty, and justice. I believe that those sectors are needed. Those sectors have to be supplemented so that our pillars in the economy and in the country could function properly. I decided to join HOPE is because I saw a good blend of SRP and creativity. I also have faith in the leadership of Wyatt. I call her Wyatt because I used to call people by the last name. One of the things I heard everyone mention here about human rights, constitutional rights, all type of rights. During my career, I had always advocated human rights and constitutional rights because I think that those are the most important rights that a human can have. In St. Martin, we actually neglect those rights. We see people being abused and their rights violated with little people or representatives standing up to fight for them. And I think that this is the things that we are going to change along with bureaucracy, you know, with transparency in government. And I hope that by supporting and joining HOPE, we can bring a blend of creativity and energy along with a little SRP.
So what's your idea of holiday happiness? Watching the kids open presents? Cooking in our new kitchen? The look on his face. Add to your holiday happiness with a loan from Scotiabank, and you could win a trip for two to Miami and other great prizes. Visit your Scotiabank branch today and talk to a representative about getting your loan. Contest ends January 15th. Conditions apply. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
Now, which one could tell me that if the season was really tough for you all playing against each other?
Yeah, it had a lot of tension. I mean, this season had more tension than last season. Because last season it was fresh and everything. Everybody was getting to know how each other play, how the other teams play. But now that how we see this season, how the other team play, then we know what to come with on the table with it. And this season, nobody not taking nothing. Everybody giving what they get. Everybody know what to expect when they're playing against a certain team.
Okay, so you all here are the same team or different teams?
Different team. Of us in the same team, but all of us different team. We are from the team on the friend side, Thunders, and I'm from Bushti.
You're from Bushti, and you're from where again?
Thunders.
And yourself?
Thunders.
And yourself?
And I am from Lightning.
You from Lightning, so you got to electricate all of them for you to win all the games.
Yeah, that's true. But after the Thunder roll, that's it.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, how you ladies feel about this competition? I think this is the second year or the third year, if I'm not mistaken.
Second.
This is second year. How do you feel about it?
It's very exciting because as females in the Iceland, you don't really see female basketball here. So I was in the radio, the newspaper. I mean, everywhere it could be, so it's really exciting, competitive as females. So yeah, that's good, something good for the generation coming up.
And you?
And well, I feel so good being in this tournament because like it keeps us out from the streets, because nowadays young girls, they doesn't find nothing to do but be on the streets and they're not looking for jobs and stuff. But when you're in a group, you socialize with people, with adults, and they not only we play ball, but we learn respect. We have to respect our referees, our coaches, our teammates. We have to have a certain level of discipline on the team. So while we display this level of discipline on the team, when we go out there to this world, we could have this like discipline in ourselves to deal with people and stuff. So it's like it helping us not only in physically but mentally, and the way we display ourselves. Yeah.
And she had a mouthful to say. What about you now? I just see you throwing some good balls in the okay. Tell me something about yourself.
Well, I try to do my best. I mean, like, I'm a team player. I wouldn't just focus on me all night to share the ball, because I know everybody on my team have something unique about it. Some could shoot free throws good, some could play good defense. So we all just bring everything together and play against that.
Do you find that you should have a next season again?
Yeah, I finished to have a next season, because if you had a first one and a second one, why not a third one? And because the season, you're seeing more girls coming out every season. Because last season we didn't have much girls. It's the same amount of teams, but now you're getting to see more girls interacting and getting into the game of basketball. So I hope next season we get more teams to play, so the season could go a little longer.
What about the crowd participation? Do they come out to the games? Anyone?
Excuse me?
Yeah, we in the All-Stars.
What they say?
No, I was saying is that crowd participation, do you get a good turnout?
Well, as I was going to say that, they need to advertise this women basketball bigger. They need to advertise it more broad in the island because St. Martin is a very small island, right? We need to advertise it abroad because we don't only want to play among ourselves. We want to play among different teams from like Anguilla, from Seba, from other islands because it's not. We're starting to feel comfortable among playing with each other, but like next season we expect like to see another team from, or we travel to another country to play against another team, Guadeloupe, Martinique. So like
I think that what she said is I would like for all the players from St. Martin to get together and go against countries like right next door, Anguilla, like closest countries and play against them. It would be better and get us stronger mentally for us to see what's out there instead of only seeing the same things every year. That would be very interesting for us.
Do you agree with them with that, what they're saying?
Of course, I agree with them. We don't already have the little ones coming up, so we ain't gonna be playing forever. We have the little ones coming up. So the season gonna be continue. That's what I like.